biggest apologies. I'm very sorry. A rookie mistake turns out. I think one single stick of RAM wasn't properly seated in, and that caused a crash. So, rookie mistake. I'll take the blame. My bad. But anyways, we are back into this, and unfortunately the teams that they did want to continue playing, as they don't want to lose momentum, especially for Team Paradox. As you can see, 6-1. Overt. This is not the same Overt that we saw play against Mind Freak. Was it last night? An absolute stunner of a performance. But right now, Straxer already 10 kills, top fragging for the entire server and his team. Now we're back into a Paradox exempt. He does take a shot down to B-Link, hopefully to perhaps catch a player, get the timing going. But it's not quite happening just yet. Mirza pushes right through, but Straxer, oh my god, what a beast, still going through and dismisses right out. Yakuza, the tracking, he had the right idea, but Straxer now, he's feeling himself, even re-picks to try to get the kill. But unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out in his favor. Exempt does indeed finish the job, and Paradox, they are off on such a good lead once again on the defense. Jet Operator, and somehow, Overt, they just can't seem to crack the defense. Junior is very close, inside tree room, the door has been closed. I think Exempt does have the right idea though, that Mirza is right around the corner. Oh, Mirza, Junior, I mean not Mirza, what am I saying? But still, that's right, Mirza's on the Omen now. Elements. He's on A, which surprisingly this site is clear for him to take. There could be a few players under heaven, so he has to check the angle diligently. Oh, the shock darts, the angles were out in case Element tried to plant early. Jeremy Jordan already teleports onto the generator box, but however, Kevin from behind at some point down mid does get Straxer.
Spike planted.
Paradox, they have the man advantage by 1, but however, it's not big because Exempt is on 1 HP. Junior does get outnumbered. Oh, well, no, those elements are, but Junior, good for 2. Pulls to the classic now, can't afford to reload. Exempt so low, and then Kevin has to get that kill. Unfortunately, oh no, Junior's by himself. He's not landing the clicks, and the bait is happening. Paradox, yeah, they do indeed clutch the round out. 6-1. Wow. 7-1 now at this point. Paradox Gaming, they're coming into this game with a huge bang. All cylinders firing. They are in the Ferrari, while Overt, they seem to be driving a Honda Civic at this point. Something just isn't quite going right. And now on the scoreboard, let's see. Straxer now 11 kills, still obviously on top. What do you expect? And Overt, perhaps they can buy into this round, but it could be somewhat difficult. They're down by 6, and this is the first half. They need to break the momentum right here, right now, to have a chance at mounting a comeback in the second half. Exempt, once again, Jet Operator with backup from his teammate. Misses a shot to Yakuza, which is pretty rare. Oh, but Kevin, look at that, already gets Jordan. They know Exempt is in the corner. The Cypher Trap! Kevin, he's letting it stun him. In fact, his teammates are there to back him up. Really good team play, and just like I said, Overt, they want to pick up this round. They have to break the momentum. Or maybe I was their lucky charm. Now that I'm back, they can start fragging again. Who knows? Paradox Gaming, down by 2. They have to play this very passively. But the sneaky thing is, Straxer, he's A long and he's holding the angle. It is dangerous though, because if they do go A long, he can get 1 kill at the best and dismissed out maybe. That's a lot of ground to cover. However, Overt, they are going for perhaps a B take at this point. A split B of sorts, which is quite the perfect take currently. There are no players of Paradox Gaming on B side. Oh dearie me, Dilution! The poor timing, Mirza catches him off guard. Now Rice, he has utility, he has a camera. But this is a 1v3, 1v multiple situation. He's biding his time, being very patient. Kevin, those bullets are very close to his head. And Rice, the timing is good, does catch Kevin by himself. The Cyphers plays, the smart plays. He's keeping his team in this just a little bit more. Yakuza, oh, of course, he doesn't miss those. The dog is back and he's unleashed. The Chimera at this point. Narrowly misses Straxer though, but Straxer, not much better for wear. Oh! Reina difference! Can't get that in the chat? Come on! But Straxer, this is a tall hill to climb. 3 players. 1v3, has 1 lead to work with, has the Empress, but probably isn't the best chance to use it because the bomb has ticked down way too far. And Overt, being the good players they are, known to play the objective. Straxia. Oh, dearie me. Could have perhaps escaped, but there really was nowhere to run. Junior does clean up, and indeed, Overt, they do break the momentum. And ideally at this point, they want to win the rest of the rounds to make it 5-7, giving them decent ground to cover in the second half. And to answer your question, Cychronic27, Overt, they are trialing two new players, being Junior and Yakuza, ex-Magic 5 Riot players. Riot has unfortunately disbanded a dead team, as Nation AU said, so pretty apt description.
Revealing area.
Early recon arrow dilution. It does get popped, so he is aware that there are a few players of Overt out A long, but how many, he can't say for sure.
The hunt begins.
Kevin, of course, the Jet always first on site. That's a really good movement tech, already dashing up on top of the generator box, and on an angle a lot of people expect. Yaku's getting one, but Jordan does trade back. That smoke is so sneaky, but I do think Junior maybe had the advantage there. It slightly blocked his vision to some extent, but Junior does a risky play, does manage to flick down in the nick of time and dodge a few bullets, dodge death. Good reaction time from the guy. He definitely had his copy before this game. Now Paradox Gaming down the player. This is a 4v3, but have a look at this. Junior, he's so low. Oh, narrowly dodges the shock dart. Yakuza, Empress is out, already gets exempt. And once again, Dilution. Oh, on the aggression! But however, Elements does go down. Junior also trade, and Rice by himself once again. No more that he could do. Kevin and Junior clutch it out, and Junior survives with 30 HP. Basically just a big toe remaining on his body. Overt. I think maybe I am their lucky charm. They're coming back into this now with a vengeance of sorts. No player yet has broken 10 kills, but Yakuza and Junior, the two trial players, the two super subs, looking to impress the team, doing so much work. Mirza, the captain, a little underperforming a little bit to some extent, but there's still a second half of the game to play through. Exempt. Oh, first player on engagement, and Kevin does get spotted out. He needs backup from his teammate real soon. Mirza couldn't quite finish the job though, and oh dear me, Kevin gets one. But now Overt, they're on the back foot coming into this round. The B aggression worked out so well in Paradox Gaming's favor. 3 players pushed the angle, and they killed it 2. This is the best trade deal in the history of trade deals. Now, Paradox Gaming, they're not willing to let go of their momentum and lead just yet. But Overt, they are no strangers to clutch situations and having their backs against the wall. Yakuza, the man to do the job. No Empress to work with this time. Does get spotted out, unfortunately. And wow, if Dilution has his gunner, he may have been able to land a shot onto Yakuza as well. He himself gets spotted out, and he can't aggress anymore. Straxia spraying through his smoke, trying to get any damage. Maybe a lucky headshot, a dink. That's not happening. All 3 players of Overt, they do take the site. But Yakuza, he's on perhaps 60 HP, so not a lot to work with. This is going to be a rough site hold. Yes, that's a good Hunter's Fury by Elements, trying to catch a few players, do some damage for his team at the very least. But he's aiming a little bit too high up, and Yakuza somehow gets flipped, gets folded in half from in front. Junior and Dilution, Junior and Elements, how much more can you do? Both of your backside, they know where they are. Jordan, good for one. Junior by himself, no more balls to work with. Straxia with the flank. Paradox Gaming, they come into this game so strong. 8-3, Overt. Surely not like this. And guys, need I remind you once again, this is single elimination. Whichever team loses, they get eliminated from the tournament. And that's it. They are done for. No mistakes from either team from here on out, honestly. And now I will pull up the bracket just real quick. Let's see it. Yep, the brackets. Basically, the winner of this game will go on to play against Team Nebula in the semi-finals for the losers bracket. Before the winner of that goes to play Team Bliss. I'm sure Overt, they definitely want to win this game because they performed very admirably last night against Mind Freak, which is a very cracked team in their own right, in case you don't know. But suddenly, tonight, it does seem that Paradox Gaming, they have done the research, they have watched perhaps my VODs, as their captain, Rice, has said last night. Hit the books and study. He sounded a little bit nervous last night about playing Overt, but currently, I don't see any hints of nervousness. Yakuza, Reina difference, getting one up on Straxer. Now Rice being very patient as Cypher, perhaps saving his cages for the retake. There's a 4v4 currently. Dilusion getting elements, and that's one Sova down and out for the count. No more intel, and Jordan catching Kevin on the late lurk. Over it now. They had the advantage early in the round, but now they've lost it. Mirza only has a Spectre as well to play with. There's not much that he can do. Yakuza perhaps going to have to help out his teammate. Oh, Dilusion, what is that? A shock dart onto Mirza under heaven. Yakuza going to clutch up huge. Yes, indeed. Sees the barrel of Jordan, but however doesn't get support from his teammate Junior, who probably can't survive for long. Rice actually does get the kill. Not exempt, surprisingly. So yeah, as a little bit of
switching sides.
behind the scenes plugs here, the intel plug. I was talking to the teams earlier at the start of this game. Why do you guys only want to play Ascent? And perhaps playing Ascent tonight was a mistake. They've played Ascent so much in the past, perhaps week or so. There's a lot of strats and VOD reviews that can be done by other teams, such as Paradox Gaming right now. I think they perhaps are reading how Overt plays the late lurks and just play the retakes and the angles that they play to some extent, maybe. So look what's happening. It's the second half, and Overt, who took down Mind Freak, by the way, are down by 6 rounds. Paradox Gaming, so mighty. Straxit on 15, Rice on 12, Exempt on 10 even. And oh dearie me, look at Mirza still on 1 kill in the second half. Can't be feeling too good about that. Very slow tactical play coming out from Paradox Gaming. Perhaps hoping to exploit the weaknesses of Overt. Yakuza and Mirza holding the crossfire angle. Mirza whiffs a few shots down mid. Does get intel though that there is one player close to him. Oh, Straxer heard the noise of the jump, absolutely. Kevin though, maybe using the jump as bait. Now, Paradox Gaming though, they're all grouping up towards A shot. Kevin, go for one, looking for you in second, but they're jet privilege. You can dash away, untradeable. Still tagged into 40 HP though, so it's not the ideal situation. Normal refrags, but I do believe he did get some good tags going. Junior, the classic right click. This is great damage on Paradox Gaming. 2 players are essentially 1 shot away from death. Overt, they do have their work cut out for them to some extent. Yakuza, only a classic, but he has Reina utility. Once he lands 1 kill, he can go full hard mode and just get frags. Becomes a living tank. Oh, Mirza good for 1. Dilution still hiding in the smoke though. 10 HP. Mirza for 2. Mirza for 3. Just as I was saying, he wasn't performing too well. Here we go. Mirza for 4 to bring his team the pistol round in the second half. And the pistol round they very much need indeed. They won it, but however they're still 5 rounds behind Paradox Gaming. Overt, in my opinion, they perhaps should be playing for a hard buy-up, SMGs and everything all the way. They perhaps can't afford to dilly-dally around playing cheap. They need rounds and they need them fast. They don't want to be eliminated out of the tournament just yet. Not after they've come so far. Paradox pulling a page of Overt's book, the concentrated group site rush onto B. They have taken side elements. Spraying through smoke, trying to get some kills perhaps. Oh dear me, look at that. Look at that element. I mean, Exempt's trying to push through the smoke, pick up a sneaky kill or 2. But understands that perhaps there is backup there, so he can't be too aggressive. Paradox, it's a 5v5 post-plant situation. The bomb is down, however, they don't have classics to hold this. Yakuza doesn't let Jordan get the better of his teammate, and the spray down is coming through. And the entirety of Overt are swimming onto the side. Oh, Exempt, what a right click! Exempt looking for perhaps more! And the train's going through back and forth. There's absolute chaos on side. It's all down to Rice by himself, though. It finally does go down to Yakuza. And Overt, they do win the round, but at what cost? 3 players went down. The economy... Oh... Let's see. It might not be the best in the world. Junior, no money in the bank already. He might have to buy an SMG or perhaps pick up one off of Yakuza. The rest of the team for Overt, they should, in my opinion, perhaps go for a half buy or like a force up at this point. Vandals and play with what was it? Spectres, because they can't really afford to risk losing any more rounds against Team Paradox. Well, Paradox Gaming. 9-5 lead. If Paradox wins this off of this full buy, 5 Phantoms and full armor, it's not going to be a pretty sight for Overt. This is the second half. They don't really have much room to work with. Rice pushing through is unaware that Kevin has made his way into wine though. But Rice, he might just check the angle. Junior. Oh yes, Rice is very aware. Kevin can't peek it just yet. Junior has to perhaps be the bait. So Kevin can get a few kills. They're so aware. Dilution even has shock darts, but he's not opting to use it. Maybe to use the recon arrow? No, but it's hard patience currently. A hard rotate has come out from Overt. 4 players on the A side, and Junior getting so aggressive, but Kevin couldn't quite finish the job. Rice does indeed get the job done, but however, their initiator Sova is out for the count. Mirza, however, does fall, and Overt, they lose any form of A advantage that they may have had. Yakuza playing the smoke, but however, the side take is on A right now. It's only 2 players versus an overwhelming might of Paradox Gaming onto sites. Yakuza and Elements, the last 2 players, a dynamic duo of sorts. They are very sharp players as from what we've seen last night, but the odds really are stacked against them. Spectres versus 4 Phantoms? Sure, Rice is 1 shot from death. He's very low, but Yakuza, the jump doesn't finish the job though, which is quite unfortunate because he was tagged very heavily. Elements gets the kill instead. All the players are holding outside A long. The paranoia is through. Yakuza dodges it. He does get the overheal coming back, but it may have been the wrong timing. Elements does indeed get the trade going. It's 1v1. Elements has to finish the job. The dink, however, the Phantom does indeed win the duel because of the simple power advantage. Paradox Gaming 10-5 now at this point. Overt, surely not like this. Yakuza starting to come awake now. 14 kills. Kevin on 11, Junior on 10. Mirza himself going from 1 to 7 in the second half. And it's only been 3 rounds, by the way. And welcome as well, TMZ2. How are you doing? And yes, it is only 1 match tonight because we are nearing the grand finals, so the brackets are getting sort of thin. But hey, we will have more Valorant action coming for you guys in the following few days, hopefully. I'm busy Saturday night, so hopefully there are no games on that day. And I'm going to Sydney on Monday. So hopefully we can get this tournament done before next week. Kevin! Oh, Rice, what the hell? What was that? He takes a side step right out, and Kevin couldn't even react in time. Even as Jet, no time to dash away to safety. Overt, down a player, and down a very important player at that. Kevin had the Blade Storms. So there's 1 less ultimate for Paradox Gaming to worry about. Now Paradox, they do seem to perhaps have the read on the defense to some extent. They got 1 kill. They revealed themselves in B main, but they're still being very patient about this. It's very tricky with these higher tier teams. It's never as simple as you might think it is. Mirza, we'll see a few players up short. Mirza couldn't quite let the second though, does get the intel, and it's an A take they've had. But have a look at this. Junior, he's by himself at a very close angle. Good for 1, good for maybe 2, but no! He faces out a firing squad. 3 players standing right at him. Yakuza, this man is sharp himself. He knows 1 is long. This teleport is through. But now look at this. Yakuza's Element once again. Yakuza, good for 1. Element gets the second. And Jordan, however, does get the kill. Jordan teleporting around 30 HP though. Yakuza 40 himself. So Yakuza can tank 1 shot. But the problem is, Jordan has a Phantom and not a Vandal. Yakuza Raina Lees are coming through. Oh, yes, and it's good. He baits the look away from Jordan. And Yakuza saves Overt on their first buy round. But once again, the economy, it's very rough. They lost 4 players. Can they even afford to go into the following round with money? I don't think so. Yakuza, he will be able to full buy into this. Mirza as well with the half armor force buy, but Paradox Gaming, perhaps now is the time to eco and not get too hasty. You have a 4-round lead, you have room to play with. There is room for error. And indeed they do. It's pistols all the way. But now, look at this. All 5 players of Paradox Gaming have broken double digits. Rice, this is literally Rice and the boys right now. 17 kills. Rice is top ranking for his team as a defensive agent as well. Kevin, oh, what was that? A high angle. I've never seen that one. Catches Rice out a long from tree room? Good lord. Strax there. Pushes with the owl drone, guiding him into market. Now Kevin down to 2 blades left. He only has a classic to work with after that. He can't afford to miss. Strax gets one onto Yakuza. The aim is sharp on both Rainers tonight. They're looking for perhaps a second. He's juking around, playing the angles, but Elements does get the better of Exempt. Dashing onto sight. The spike, however, hasn't been planted yet. It's still in market. Oh, that's good intel. And Kevin does get his blaze refresh, sniping Straxer in the smoke. And Dilution, he does plant the spike. It's 1.5k split across his team for 5 players. But around here, 4 players grouping onto him. Everyone is thirsty for the kill. Mirza does finish it off. And Overt, they survive with 4 players left standing. And this is good. In fact, Kevin, he should be going to find Yakuza's Vandal, which I believe he had early in the round. But they may not realize, perhaps. Oh well. It's 2.9k. Who needs 2.9k? Am I right? Paradox. Rice and Straxer both on 17. Yakuza hot on the heels though, 16. But once again, this is a team game. You can't solo carry that hard. Well, in saying that, Yakuza, he actually did play. He did essentially solo carry over for the past 2, 3, 4 games. So to a certain extent. Now over. The defense probably has to, Oh, Kevin! You can't be missing those shots, man. He's on 36 HP now. That's 1 Vandal shot to anywhere on his body to kill. Paradox getting 4 ultimates to work with as well. And yes, there we go. Hunter's Fury coming out. Dilution trying to chase up Mirza. Mirza is expertly dodging and running away from the arrows. And Dilution gets nothing out of his ultimate. Oh, Yakuza, good for 1, good for 2 now! He shows them who's boss! Straxer did indeed one-shot him, Huandig him in the previous round. But Yakuza steps up right back and dominates. Overt, still 5 players alive. So this is very good for the defenders. Have a Paradox Gaming on the attack. 3 players still standing. 2 ultimates though. They can perhaps pull something off, but they need some kills. The read from Overt seems to be correct. It's a B take. Yakuza spraying through the smoke, perhaps trying to get some damage going.
There.
And Paradox Gaming. The time is on their side. The time is 20 seconds left. They have to take some. Plant the bomb. Yakuza for the third. Yakuza for 4. Mirza does finish up. Overt. They're back with a vengeance. They come back. Is real, and it's happening right now. 8 to 10, 2 rounds behind, and I do believe the economy for Paradox has been almost reset. They have to eco this. Straxer, he's the richest on the team currently, but no one else can full buy. You shouldn't even full buy. You have to go for, once again, an Hail Mary Sheriff play and hope to win the round. Yakuza now 20 kills, overtaking everyone. He's back, boys. Paradox Gaming, the Rice Farmers, do they have what it takes to go all the way? Because at this point, we are looking at a 10 to 9 scoreline. Kevin, gets one onto Dilution. He's not making the same mistake twice. Junior playing off the Cypher Trap in short now. This is where the Cypher meta is shifting towards on the A side, I believe. You play for the reset, you don't play on site anymore. It's too hard to have 2 players watching the site to back you up. You might also play short, off site, and try to get a few kills. Which indeed they have. Paradox Gaming, once again, like the previous round, down to 3 players. Down to 2 now, Junior onto 1. Mirza gets Rice! And, oh dearie me, Exempt by himself. 1 shot away from death. Knife out. Here's a Sheriff, but, might just catch No, Elements was ready for him. The entirety of Overt get a flawless round and 4 ultimates online. Kevin maybe feeling himself today as well, a bit like TSM Wardell. When he's not hitting his hard shots that flicks the op shots, TSM does struggle a little bit. But now Kevin, 14 kills today, much better. Jet on ascent with Operator on the defense? Long sightlines? Hell yeah! And thank you for the follow, by the way, it's Selvin. Overt. Junior does get tagged out and forcing back onto the A short angle to play. Oh, but look at this though, Mirza and Kevin of all people. Deep inside the mid smoke. Exempt already pushing on the side. Junior does get his trap down, yes, and a spray down, even though blinded onto Straxia was good. That was a weird voice, I think, from someone. Oof, I think. Elements denies the plant. No, he doesn't deny the plant, but he does. He's doing damage. Look at Exempt. It's 70 HP now. The 2 bullets away from death. He's holding a very tight angle, but he's shooting that Lear. May have given away his position to some extent, or not. Yakuza does finish the job. Send one last player, and he's behind them on the flank. Rice, however, how much more can he possibly farm? It's 1v3. The Cypher Cage is smart to drop down to Heaven perhaps, but Junior, too sharp. Everyone has every angle covered. Under Heaven, Junior watching up top. Over, they've done it. 10 to 10. We're all tied up. Ho ho ho. Yakuza now 21 kills, not stopping anytime soon. The ultimates balance has shifted onto Paradox now. Three ultimates to work with. Omen from the shadows and Straxia with the Empress. This could be a hard site to execute. In fact, that is probably what's going to happen because the entirety of the Rice Farmers are outside B main now. Yakuza, early Lear to perhaps buy some time for his team, just instill some paranoia into the thoughts of Paradox Gaming. 2 players in market. Element, he's by himself now. Oh, the distraction was good. Picks up Straxia. Maybe looking for more. He does get revealed, and the advantage wasn't on his side. He gets outgunned, outnumbered, but Yakuza does get the spike and the overheal. He's not down. He's not out of this just yet. Yakuza maybe gets another, and the dismiss is so smart. He's thirsty for kills. Doesn't quite finish his job, but hey, Kevin was there to back him up, and this is just full domination from Overt. This is, let's count him, 6 rounds in a row. Paradox Gaming, they've only won 1 on the attack in the second half. This is ridiculous. I can't believe it. Overt, they're coming back with an absolute vengeance. Yakuza is awake. The dog has been unleashed. Paradox Gaming, once again, back onto another eco. The economy has been broken 3 times in the second half by Overt. Exempts now. Bladestorms are out. He has to perhaps get a kill. Narrowly dodges Yakuza's sightlines, and if Yakuza does get overly aggressive and peek this, it might just prove to be fatal. Oh! Yes, the blades have it! They're a mess, and he's wasted everything down to a classic now. Perhaps the biggest ace in the hole is gone now for Paradox Gaming. Trades coming through a Dilution, somehow getting one onto Mirza long range, but Yakuza. Oh, dodges the paranoia as well. Good for 1. This misses out. This guy is unkillable currently. The reaction speed is there. Kevin takes down Straxia. Paradox Gaming down to 2. The Empress has been called up by Yakuza, which is a somewhat of a interesting ultimate. It is the 11th round. Perhaps he could have saved it further. But hey, he's on 6 HP and he wants to pad his stats just a little bit more. Exempts has picked up a Vandal, but that 7-second Cloud Burst does indeed last long enough for him to make his way across. But now the problem is Rice, the spike is outside A long. Junior does get spotted, and Exempt could perhaps finish the job to some extent. Junior has no idea they Exempt is so close. 0 clue. Oh, but however, Junior does get the flick onto Exempt. Now, oh, Rice! What a 1 click! The headshot machine. But the odds are really stacked against him now. How fast can he flick? Oh, dearie me. All the members of Overt barreling onto the site. The Rice Farmers, they are in trouble. They haven't had their daily dosage of carbs. And they are starting to choke in the second half, perhaps. The second half has been all Overt, plastered everywhere. This is currently, what is this? 8 rounds in a row? No, 7 rounds in a row, and now they're on match point. Overt, they can do this. Paradox Gaming, though, they can't fully buy up into this final round, and they have to win. They need the advantage somehow, one way or another, on the attack. Junior spots out Straxe. So far, it's a full intel play. And just so much recon arrows everywhere on both sides. Oh, but look at this. Paradox Gaming. They're all grouping up for a hard A-take. Their utility is out and they're pushing onto site. Junior, his trap's still picking up players, but this time, however, he couldn't quite capitalize on it. Paradox Gaming, they are aware of how he plays, spraying bullets into short, not letting him get any kills. This is a 5v5 post-plant situation, and this is Crash's worst nightmare, essentially. Over it now. They are no strangers to retaking themselves. So look at Jordan. This is a really classic, interesting off angle. As long as there's no recon arrow coming through to clutch, he might be okay. But Straxe, good for one. The Empress arrow. Kevin jumps out. It's a trading back and forth. Jordan hasn't been spotted yet though. Yakuza by himself. Paradox Gaming, they have done it. 1v3. Yakuza, not much time to work with either. Perhaps the Empress would have been clutch this round. Oh, only getting one. Doesn't see the gun barrel. No, he did. No, he misses it. And Exempt does get the kill. I have caster vision, so I can see Exempt behind the generator. But however, his gun barrel stuck out quite a bit. Yakuza couldn't quite manage to see it, perhaps. The adrenaline was pumping too fast in his veins, and he just glossed over the finer details. Paradox. Staying alive. Rice and the boys. Leading his team. Leading by example, actually, the captain, with 20 kills. But this is the final round of the base game. Can they go into overtime? Or does Overt indeed reign supreme? 13-11. Or Kevin, he sees the gun barrel as well. Oh, misses the shot somehow onto Exempt! And now his dash is gone. They have intel, but look at Paradox. Once again, you show yourselves B, perhaps you show yourselves mid, and then you rotate back over and go for the A take. That seems to be what they have been consistently doing. And I do think Overt, they are aware of it. Oh, but no! Miaza whiffs the shots against Straxe. And ladies and gentlemen, this could be the pathway for overtime. Junior is still dashing around trying to stay alive, but the new attempt is out. Junior, not good enough! Nowhere, no way he could hide. Jordan brings the man advantage heavily into Paradox Gaming's favor. Kevin and Element now. The odds are so stacked against them. What more can they do at this point? Everyone's playing offsite more or less for Paradox Gaming. They don't want anything to do with onsite. They don't want to challenge the sharp aimers of Overt. And the Eldron at this point as well. Element, he is revealed, and there's no way that he can really hide. He's out in the open. They have to go for the defuse at this point. No smokes to work with. It's impossible, ladies and gentlemen. This is overtime. Here we go. Kevin, okay, good for one. But no, it's not happening. Indeed, it is overtime. Paradox, they have done it. They brought it back in the last few rounds. They're not out of this just yet.
Overtime.
And oh man, what a roller coaster. Yakuza, oh my god, 29 kills? This man's about to go nuclear! 1 kill for every day of the month. Get 2 more, and that's December already covered. Paradox Gaming, Rice and the boys, the Rice Farmers. Do they have what it takes now to go all the way? To go the distance, the plus ultra, the 110%. Let's find out. Overall, the kills on both teams, it's much more evenly distributed on Paradox Gaming, but on Overt, well, the numbers speak for themselves. It's so skewed across the board to Yakuza. Yak is very much cracked. One thing I've noticed though about a lot of the Overt players, they are slow starters. Yakuza, it takes them a few rounds to get the engine going, and when finally the engine's warmed up, oh god, it does become a bloodbath for the other team. Now, what's Overt doing? 4 players forming a firing squad outside A-Long, expecting perhaps a player from Paradox to be peeking the angle. Straxia is revealed, and he's under heaven as well. But Kevin, oh dear me, himself not too better as well. Element indeed does get the trade over, have the advantage. Jordan does get the shot finally onto Mirza. Oh my god, the trade's coming back and forth. It's a 3v3. Jordan, good for 2 now. Yakuza, their hard carry, their hard fragger, 29 kills, is down now. It's a 2v3. Either team really needs this round. They should all be vying to win this. Oh, Junior, what a good shot. Jordan now good for 3. Can he finish it off with a 4K for this round? That will be huge for the team. They know where Element is probably. Element's whipping a few shots, but does get the job done. Elements, yes, he clutches it out for Overts. 13-12. One more round, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. Overt performed so poorly on the first half, but now they've come back all the way. The mentality is absolutely there. The mental game for Paradox Gaming has to stay intact just a little bit more. They're almost doing it, and they can almost upset the Titans. This is like the circle of life. Overt beats Mindfreak, Paradox beats Overt, and Mindfreak probably will beat Paradox. I don't know. But if Paradox do win this, on paper you can say they're better than Mindfreak and Overt. Oh, Kevin now being really aggressive. He is. Yes, he does catch Straxia off guard! The angle! Straxia was just a little bit preoccupied. And the worst part is there were no teammates on Paradox Gaming to back him up. So it's only one free kill going towards Overt. And now the captain is Mirza is screaming into the microphone of team comms, telling everyone to play passive, play safe. We have the man advantage. Let's just play the objective now. We can win the trades. Paradox Gaming, they've used a lot of utility. And Overt, they have the reads, but Jordan! Oh, getting one to Kevin. Oh, Junior! Kevin goes down as well, but Element not down just yet. He himself is still getting the kills. It's all evened up once again, 3-on-3, but this time Yakuza is alive. And Jordan is dead. The Clutch Master, the hard fragger last round for Paradox Gaming, isn't there to help them out anymore. Exempt and Rice, the Rice Farmers. And they go the distance. You can wallbang through that wall? What? How is Mirza getting shot? Oh my god! Yakuza, the util's out and they're pushing on the site now. This is a pretty good retake strat, but Exempt and the trade's going back and forth. But however, I don't think Yakuza is aware that Dilusion's behind. Yakuza, yes, gets getting in another one. The spike is sticking down so far. Exempt has to play this very smart now. Yakuza perhaps going for the stick, but there's no chance. The Paradox P6. Yes! Exempt does get the kill and double OT. Let's go. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening currently. Paradox Gaming bringing Overt into overtime. Now, I hope that both teams know that you can call a tactical timeout. Perhaps it may be the best idea to call. Yep, there you go. Dilution. Calling the tactical timeout just as I was talking about it. I'm going to call the pause. Oh well, they paused already. 12 seconds left to go. This is the time in which you tell your players to calm down and relax and call a strat. Figure out how they're playing. Overt, they definitely have the reads through because Paradox Gaming on the attack every single time. They show themselves around B, but the preference always swings towards A. And it has been their downfall perhaps later in this game. Overt, they're starting to adapt and understand the patterns of Paradox Gaming. Now, I do actually need to go use the bathroom, but I hope it doesn't go into triple OT, otherwise I'm going to be in a tough position, I'm not going to lie. But anyways, no time for that. This should give me more energy to go all the way. We are ready coming back into this. Double OT, LPL Summer Series 2020, Paradox Gaming versus Overt. Paradox now back on the defense, over on the attack. They may have been able to adapt to certain patterns of Paradox Gaming on the defense. The team captains, Mirza and Rice, racking their brains, trying to figure out the other team. So it all really comes down to who had the better tactical timeouts, who had the better team pep talk, the Daylight Group Therapy. And thank you for the follow, Tridents. That name rings a bell, actually. But holy crap, dearie me. Mirza with Yakuza right behind him, going for mid-aggression. I never expected this game to go this close. I know that Paradox Gaming are very versed players in their own right, but Overt, with their recent performance, struggling at a time like this. This is the script writers. They are seriously pulling out all the stops, towards the end of the year. Tracks it. Yes, indeed. No one checks the angle. Catches Mirza, and that's their Omen smokes out for the count. I'm stuttering right now because this is too intense. And Tracks it getting one to Yakuza. Overt. Surely not like this. 2 players down now. The plant's coming down, but 5 players still standing. Not a single lick of damage for Paradox Gaming. Kevin, oh dearie me, picking Straxer, and perhaps it was a little bit too soon. Paradox Gaming, they absolutely understand that there is always a lurker for Overt, and oh my god, it's a full sweep, it's a flawless round. Straxer with 4 Delusion, getting one to Junior. This is looking real dicey now for both teams. On the leaderboard now, look at this. It's very much a team game. Paradox Gaming, 23 on Straxer, 23 for Rice as well. Exempt on 21. Jordan almost about to get 20 himself. They are playing much better as a team compared to Overt, in which you can see Yakuza, 31 kills. That's the December, all covered up. Kevin on 20, and everyone else, not yet on 20. Elements and Mirza, still in low to mid 10 kill digits. This could be the potential final round, or I think this could be triple overtime. You heard it here first. Don't quote me though. Paradox. Jordan does get spotted out. It's a very sneaky off angle. Kevin does see the Omen, but unfortunately no trades going either way. And it's a really passive play coming out from Paradox Gaming. They don't want to fall back into their old habits perhaps. At this point, I do think they should be working mid instead of going for A once again, because they managed to read how they play on the attack. But don't tell me, no, please don't go for the A take. They're edging towards the A take again! Oh my god! They already have 3 players on the A to hold it down, but Mirza does get aggressive! Oh, the spray down! He's giving his team the advantage! This could be triple overtime! Straxer, 1 into Kevin though. They are up a man. But Mirza is so low. Straxer, do you check your corners? Do you check the right corner? Yes, he does indeed. The overheal's coming through. Straxer has evened it up for his team. This is full-on Reina carrying. Looking the wrong way, though. But Elements and Yakuza just sprays him down. Junior by himself has called back from his teammates. Has to hold this for his life now. Junior gets flashed, but playing the close angle. Couldn't quite get the flick onto Jordan. It's a 2v2 Paradox Gaming. Do they have what it takes to win this round against the absolute titan of a team? Overt. Yakuza, the sprays are good, doing so much damage though. The pass on down, and ladies and gentlemen, this is triple overtime, guaranteed. Jordan's by himself. Yakuza just buying time to play the objective. Jordan, his back is towards the wall. Oh my god, Jordan for 1. Yakuza, look the wrong way. Jordan, he's done it somehow. Yakuza looked the wrong way. Over, they go down. Paradox Gaming, they do reign supreme in the end, 15-13. Oh my god, that was so close, almost triple overtime. Yakuza, perhaps at the very end there, he didn't quite realize where Jordan was. He was looking at the left side, but it didn't occur to him that perhaps Jordan could already be on the right. Oh, dearie me. All they had to do was survive. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wow. 15-13. 32 kills for Yakuza. 4 first bloods though. Straxer, 7 first bloods, 25. Not that far behind Yakuza. But this game has been all about the Rainers. But overall, it's a sea of green. Paradox Gaming, they played much better as a team. And indeed, they did go all the way and toppled the bloody Giants. Now, I won't go for an interview, because that's how I like to do things. The captain of Paradox Gaming, Rice. Here we go. Rice, hello.
Oh, hello, dude. How you doing?
You sound exhausted.
Oh, I can still see like stars in my vision right now because got finished screaming at Jordan for that clutch.
Oh my god, the whole team must have been absolutely jumping in their seats after that. Double overtime and Jordan in the 1v2 with no health to work with.
Oh, I know. I fell off my chair, I'll be honest with you. I just went straight over the back and I've just hit the ground and it's a good feeling.
Brain damage, but hey, you guys won the game. That's what matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, seriously, congratulations. That was a huge game. Overt. You guys obviously did your homework, and tonight, the map being Ascent probably really worked out in your favor, maybe.
Oh, 100%. Ascent's like arguably our best map, and then Bind would be like second best. But yeah, no, we had that lead. We were up 9-3 on the first half, and then Yakuza just like turned up and was farming us. So it was getting a little bit stressful there, but we pulled it through in the end.
In the end, it finally worked out. But overall, I think your team tonight, you guys performed better. Everyone was getting kills. Everyone was doing their part. Straxer, though, wow. But, hey, your MVP, who would it be?
MVP on my team or the whole game?
Well, your team.
My team?
Yes.
That's a good question. Strax was probably secured like 3 or 4 rounds for us.
But
so
you're gonna give it. Oh, you're gonna give it to him.
I'm gonna give it to him, but I'm gonna give that close second to Jordan because like
that final clutch.
Oh yeah, that like just won the game. That was crazy.
Oh my god. Well, you guys are through now. Overt have been eliminated.
Yep.
So you guys are going to play Nebula. How do you feel going to that?
I feel very confident. I think we're gonna farm them. We're feeling good, man. We're feeling good. Absolutely.
On an absolute winning high right now. So seriously, I do expect much better plays from you guys in the following days, and hopefully see you guys in grand finals at this rate. Honestly, because
100%.
Team Bliss, they've gone undefeated this entire tournament, so they are the team to beat. But you guys have already toppled Overt, and Nebula might just be next.
Yeah, well, if we beat Nebula, then I think we have a very good chance against Bliss because we beat them in the last tournament. We played against them with their current lineup, so I think we have a pretty good chance at beating those guys as well.
So, assuming you guys do take down Nebula, suddenly all cards are off the table. It could be anyone's game at that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, okay. Last night when I interviewed you, you called yourself, you called the team Rice and the Boys. What do you have to say tonight?
Today was Paradox for sure. The boys turned up. We played really well. Actually, one other thing I definitely noticed: our retakes were completely on point from defense. I actually don't think we played that well, like retaking ever. I think that was probably our best performance with retakes.
The Rice Farmers.
Yeah, the Rice Farmers. That's it. That's the Rice Farmers for tonight.
And you guys absolutely farmed over it. Well, man. Yeah. Oh, look. Once again, actually, do you want to bring Jordan into the call? Because I want to see what he has to say about that final round, perhaps. Oh,
yeah? I could ask him. Hold on. I'll join the call, and then I'll jump back in here.
Absolutely, go for it. So, yeah, I thought I might as well do something different tonight. Interview perhaps a few more players of the team because, my God, Jordan, he must be ecstatic after that.
All right, turns out we're actually playing Nebula right now, so...
Oh, right now! Oh, come on. Okay, well, you guys, go take a break. That's it, man. Congratulations, but seriously, best of luck. I probably will be casting that, but, hey, seriously, let's have like a 10-minute break. Sit back and relax, you know? All right, man.
All right, thank you. I'll catch you in the next one.
Yep.
Peace.
Now, I will see if Mirza wants to talk too right now, because they did lose the game, but Mirza, it depends how much he feels like talking. We do have another game to cast, Nebula, we're going to be playing right now, so just do give me a moment. It doesn't seem like he's picking up, so I will perhaps just leave him be at this point. It is okay though. Well, guys, we will be going for a short breather, but don't go away just yet. Seriously, Nebula versus Paradox Gaming is coming up in the next 10 minutes or so. We seriously need a breather. That was an absolute banger of a game. We'll be back. Oh yeah, and I'll plug our socials too for the people that don't want to come back. You can find me on Twitter at DigitalQF, and you can find me also on Twitch at DigitalQF right here. Follow us right here. You'll see where I'm most active. And also the lovely observer Crashmate on Twitter. That's Crashmate, mates with 3 A's. The lovely observer doing all the hard work for me so I can sit back and talk. Well, guys, seriously, we'll see you in a bit.